Hey everybody, it's your girl DebraSue, Glass City Town 419, and we are in the studio with Toledo to the World with DebraSue. Gonna wait a few minutes for everyone to come in. Gonna wait a few moments for everyone to come in. Again, it's DebraSue with Toledo to the World, where we talk about Toledo. We talk about all the things that go on in Toledo, the talent, the business of entertainment, the business of business. And of course, we have our in-depth conversations that sometimes has nothing to do with business at all. But tonight we are having a rescheduling. We have to do a scheduling change because our guest had some technical difficulties. So, as they say, the show must go on. So I'm just going to have a shortened version of our show tonight, and I'm going to talk about something different. So hopefully we'll be able to reschedule our guest for another time. But again, because of technical difficulties, we're not able to bring that particular guest on. So I want to talk about tonight. I put a call out on my page, on my Facebook page for young people who are entrepreneurs. And if you have a child that is 15 and under, please see that post because I actually want to get your child exposed. We want to bring them onto the show with parental permission, of course, and definitely want to have that happen for your young people. Looks like I may have someone waiting in the guest room. We're going to go ahead and let our guest in. 1 second. And our guest is with us tonight. It's our guest right here. Glad to see you, CC. Happy to have you on because we were just
Blessings.
getting ready to do a scheduling change, young lady. Can you hear
Yes.
me okay?
Yes.
Okay, really very good. Okay, well then we're gonna go back to our original plan, Toledo. This is what we're gonna do. Again, you are in the studio with me. This is DebraSue with Toledo to the World, and we are welcoming someone to our stage tonight who is definitely not new to Toledo. She is known for her many years of public interaction with Toledo. She is a poet. She's an overall entrepreneur. She's a writer and a movie director. She's a hairstylist, an event host, all of those things. Cece has been on the Toledo scene for many, many years, but tonight she is here to talk about a different business that she is passionate about. And she is promoting something very important that she considers an important cause, and it should be an important cause for everyone, but it's especially dear to her heart because she is supporting her young family member as well. So let's talk about that. Welcome to Toledo to the World, CC. Welcome to my hot seat, girl.
Blessings.
Blessings, blessings. Thank you. We're gonna have a little bit of delay, and that's okay. So, Cece, what I'd like for you to do is we're gonna talk about Savanna Soul Kitchen tonight. Let's talk about the idea behind your restaurant. What is the inspiration behind Savanna Soul Kitchen?
Well, the inspiration behind it is basically for us to give out dinners at no cost on holidays and special events. So basically, I came up with this event 5 years ago called Savannah Soul Kitchen Feast for All Thanksgiving Dinner at No Cost. And then we ended up adding brunches every quarter. So we have 10 events a year.
Mm-hmm. So you call it Savannah Soul Kitchen, and so I'm thinking about the culture. How does the culture play into your idea of a soul kitchen?
So it's soul food with a twist. So you can get you some award-winning mac and cheese and some chicken breasts as well as a potato bar, a salad, and some fruit as well.
I like that idea. I like that. It's got a little bit of that soul twist on it with a little bit of that CC seasoning, huh? I like that
Yes.
idea. How would you describe the unique aspects of your soul food? How is your soul restaurant different from other soul food restaurants? We have several of them here, but how is yours different?
Well, at Savannah Soul Kitchen, we bake everything. We don't fry anything. So that makes us different. because
Mhm.
we want to help, with everything that's going on with everyone and different things. We want people to stay around, and we
Mhm.
want people to start choosing wisely when it comes to their menu as well.
Mhm. And how did you come up with the name of your restaurant, Savannah's Soul Kitchen? Because if there's a that means something special to you, doesn't it?
Yes, Savannah is my 13-year-old daughter. Yes.
Does she help you cook? Does she have an integral part that she plays in the business aspect of it?
Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, I
Yes.
always
Yes.
applaud.
Savannah, yeah, she's helped me prepare the lasagna and all different kind of stuff. Hmm.
Okay, that's good. You are setting the example of entrepreneurship for your young daughter. That's a beautiful thing. But it's not something new to her because you've been an entrepreneur for years now. You have done a host of things in the city. You know, the shows, the hair salon, the movie directing. You've been around for a long time, obviously. You know, you're a little bit of an OG in the city of Toledo, so I would call you. I like that. Well, let me ask you something. When you talk about giving back, because that's kind of the idea, but besides wanting to push your daughter into pursuing her dreams of business ownership, when you talk about giving back
Yes.
to the neighborhood, let's talk about why you feel that's so important.
Well, um, it's important because sharing is caring. Okay. So we need to, make sure we help each other. And having something to eat is very important.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also something that's needed because it's a lot of people that have to choose to pay their bills, and then they can't prepare a meal for their family. So we're here to help with that choice, and then
Yeah.
also show people how to portion size and shop and different things like that so that they can prevent that as well.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like you have an overall program. It's not just a feeding program; it's an educational program with regard to good health, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it sounds like, and the community needs that very much. So since we talk about giving, how is it that over the past 5 years you've been able to sustain yourself that you do this for individuals at no cost to them?
Well, I surrendered. I came from the salon industry, and I felt like this was my purpose and my mission. And so, I had to give up some things in order to do this movement. Another thing I did too was I took Christmas off the table for
Mm-hmm.
my family too. And I told them, instead of us buying a whole lot of Christmas gifts for everybody every year, then we would just serve other families as well.
Okay, all I can say is wow. That is a huge sacrifice that not only you chose to do, but also your children. You redirected something where people are normally getting, and you chose to direct it towards the idea of giving to those less fortunate. That is very admirable, very admirable.
Yes.
Have you found that you've come across any obstacles in trying to get that done? Do you run short? Do you have an abundance? Or is your cup overflow with? How does that happen when you know, as you've taken that journey on?
Oh my goodness. So it's different every holiday. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
So we've um we've had an abundance. You know, it was to the point one time where I told the babies, you can't have no sour cream on your potato because we need it for the for the food giveaway. so so you know, it's just it's just whatever God wants it to be whenever we do it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? It seems like you're getting your blessing because as the saying goes, it's better to give than to receive. And so I'm sure that you will be able to do this for many, many more years to come because you are making the sacrifice for others. So when you do your events, because you got a couple coming up, how many
Mhm.
people do you think you're able to serve in the community?
We normally serve 300 plus or less depending on the holiday and the temperature
Mm-hmm.
because we started serving them outside, for
Okay.
years at first. And then we started delivering. And then now we're in a dine-in facility. So
Mm-hmm. So people have been
never
able to
know.
come to you and you have a much bigger space, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay. Very good.
because we have a space. We're not like standing outside on the corner anymore.
That always makes it
Yeah.
better. It makes it much better to have some space. So speaking of space, obviously, do you hope within the
Right.
next 5 to 10 years, do you hope to have like a huge restaurant, or do you want to have like a meals on wheels, or where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Okay. So um I hope to have new land, and I want to have major sponsors. I want to have partnerships. I want to have favorable um board members, and I see $1 million kitchen. That's what I see. A multi-purpose building with buses coming in like on sweetie pies, know, all kind of entrepreneurship classes, and just a whole movement.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? I pray that for your future as well, because if anybody deserves it, it's certainly you. You're doing a very worthwhile work, and feeding people. And unless you ever been on the other end, you just never know. And the way things are going nowadays, we never know when we'll be on the end of needing some food, let alone necessities, but absolutely needing some food. Do you have any suggestions? And then we're going to get to the events that you have coming up. We're at the 6:15 hour. Do you have any suggestions for a new young person, or a person maybe not so young, that's trying to get into the business of restaurant owning and serving the public?
Yes, so I just want them to begin, because if you begin, then you'll find out how it is, and then you can let your path be ordered.
Mm-hmm. And you did that, but not only did you do that, you also took the necessary classes to help you learn what you needed to learn, didn't you? Didn't you? You sought additional advice. You took some online
Yes.
courses for things. So it takes some work too, doesn't it?
Yes, I did. When I early on, when I used to sell dinners and do pop-up shops and cater, I had got my my level 2 serve safe certification. And then I'm now in culinary art school at Owens. This is my second year. Yes.
And you know what? That should come easy for you, because one thing I know from experience is that you definitely have your hands blessed when it comes to cooking. I know for a lot of events in Toledo, you have actually provided the food for many events. I remember the first time I met you, I had some of your lemon cake. Oh my God, your lemon cake pie! It was the most, I can't even describe how good that thing tasted. It was awesome. In fact, I came to your house that night without really even knowing who you were to get to get some of that cake. And you know,
Yeah,
we've been
our yes.
we've been in each other's lives ever since. So do you have, by the way,
Yeah.
do you have that on the menu?
So I was just talking about that earlier. When we had me and Savannah did another interview earlier. Um, that was our award-winning lemon lime pound cake. So
There
it
you
will be
go. That's
back
what it
on the menu
is.
soon when I get that bigger space. Right now, I've
You
just
really
been
can't.
concentrating on the entrees.
Okay, all right, all right. Cause see, you know what? Then you know what? I'll have to order on the side from you, because I absolutely must have some more of that. I'm not waiting 5 years for for
You
that to
and
come back
Kalia.
around. Right.
Yes.
So speaking of Savannah, how do you balance a child who wants to, have a business drive, and then she also has to go to school? How do you balance the little boss? How do you keep her on track with her education?
Well, Savannah is a star. She's actually at rehearsal now for her chorus and piano concert that will be starting in a little while. So she's definitely, about her education. But Savannah, she's shy.
Mhm.
She's not really into the spotlight like that. So so I let her come out when she want to come out and serve when she want to serve, and you know do her thing, because she still has to enjoy being a child as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you are the perfect one to help balance that, because you definitely, as long as I've known you, you've always put your kids first. And putting your kids first entails their education comes first before everything else. So I applaud you for that. Good job on that, Mom. So let me ask you
Yeah.
another question. Let's talk about your events that you have coming up. Let's talk about, well, you can mention both of them if you want to, but we'll talk about first the first one coming up here in December.
Well, Thanksgiving. So yeah, we're doing Thanksgiving dinner at no cost at the Harmony House Cafe on Monroe Street. It is I believe it's 4227 Monroe Street. And this one is going to be a little earlier. It's going to be like a brunch kind of. And it's going to be from 12 to 2. And it's on Eventbrite Toledo as well. You don't have to RSVP, but it would be nice if you do, because then you would also get the links for the next events. You'll get the alerts and everything. So yeah, just come on out. And then after that, we have Christmas dinner at no cost, which will be on Christmas Day. And that will be from 2 to 4 p.m. And then we'll be right back with New Year's Day as well. And that will be from 2 to 4 p.m. as well. And then we have one other event after that, which will be our vision brunch, which will be 11925, and that'll be 2 to 4 p.m. as well. And with the vision brunch, it's a little different than the holiday events. It's more like a networking event, so I want people to come out and talk about they vision and they mission,
Okay.
and do some networking as well. I'm gonna perform. We're gonna have a little entertainment, and maybe a little Uno or something. You just never know.
Okay, so let's get this. Let's talk about. We have one coming up here in November for Thanksgiving, and you said
Yes,
now is
next
that do you
week.
have to buy? Is that buying tickets or is that also free to the public?
No, it's at no cost. They have your at no cost tickets on Eventbrite. Go on
They
there,
just have
so
to
cute.
they just have to RSVP. Just you get a no cost ticket. But please, folks, even just because it's no cost, please feel free to donate. Okay, this is a worthy cause that she's doing to help feed the rest of the community. You know, when we say free, we know how people can be sometimes. But please, please, if you can at all, you know, take a couple bucks out and just go ahead and donate it. Okay, if you want to take more than a couple bucks out, that's fine. But just because, you know, you get online, you make your reservation, obviously, and then you come in and you enjoy the festivities and the food, and please do make a donation. So that's the one coming up on Thanksgiving. And then you also have one on 12/25, and the process is the same. You have to go online to Eventbrite, and that's going to all be posted on CC's page or Savannah's Soul Kitchen page, where you can actually hit that link and go ahead and get to that. And they're all going to be at 4227 Monroe Street. Is that right, CC?
Yes.
Okay, all of these events are over there. That's very good. Okay, you care to give us a taste of what's on the menu next week?
So we have beef roast. We have our award-winning mac and cheese. We're gonna have a specialty salad. And what else are we gonna have? Let me see, where's the menu right here? Um Rolls. We're gonna have some fruit, some water, a little spread, something, so you'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah, beautiful. I like that. Hey, Shawana, what's up, baby? Shawana Wynn said, "Hello, ladies. Say hi back, CC."
Okay.
Thanks for tuning in, girl. We
Yes.
appreciate you. So yeah, let me ask you this other thing here because we're at a 6:23 hour. We have about 5 minutes left. Let's talk about some of the how do I want to say it? Because I don't. This really is about Savannah's Soul Kitchen. Okay, so I want you to give your shout outs and your links to people. But I feel like some of that is going to be related to some of the other entities that you run as well. But go ahead and give some props to the people that you feel you should give some homage to.
I appreciate everybody that's been praying for this business. I appreciate everybody that have been sponsoring this business, that have got in the kitchen and prepped, with me, other chefs, other friends, associates, um you name it. If you did anything that had to do with to be told somebody about it, delivered, just whatever.
Hmm.
I
And that's
appreciate it all.
and that's nice to hear. Are you still open for people to volunteer to help you do these things? So everybody listen.
Absolutely, because I am the chef. So yes, we always could use people to help prep. I have to go pick up some dry, canned goods on tomorrow. So I could use help with that. I need storage space. Just you name it. Look, you can even go to Gordon's or Sam's for me. For
How can
real.
anybody turn that down?
Okay.
so,
Or take
so
me or something, like, I don't know.
how can folks get a hold of you, babe? How can they reach out to you?
So, you can call me, old school. You can call me on my business line. It's 419-740-4579. That's 419-740-4579. Also, we're on IG. Is new, so it's Savannah's SAVANNAS, and then soul, and then kitchen on there. You can follow us on Eventbrite. That's a good way as well.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. Okay, so now you have all the ways you can reach her. You have all the ways that you can get in touch with the schedule. You know, you can find out what's coming up on the schedule through Eventbrite. And if you'd like to volunteer, please do reach out to Cece because she's doing something super worthy for the community, and it's a passion for her. It's a passion, and she's watching her daughter grow, you know, leaps and bounds with what she's doing because she is the inspiration behind Santa's Savannah's Soul Kitchen. So do support that cause. Okay, well, we are at our 6:26 hour, CC. I want to thank you for coming in
Yes.
to Lead to the World with DebraSue. I'm so happy to have you on again. I've had you in some of my previous shows, but I'm happy to see you. Look fantastic, by the way. You really look good. So I was glad you were able to make it on with me
Thank
today. You're
you.
very welcome. All right, everybody. Well,
Yes.
listen, make sure you join us next week for another show. Next week, I have an artist on, a music artist that's going to be on. He's not a Toledoan, but we're going to actually, you know, no, he's not a Toledoan. I get it mixed up sometimes because I have my roster is pretty full. And so, but he's going to come in and tell Toledo what he's all about. So not only do we talk about Toledo with the rest of the world, we also talk about other individuals that we'd like to introduce Toledo to. You know, we're all about the world, but mostly we talk about Toledo because we're so proud of the 419. So make sure you join me next week at same time, same place. And until then, everyone, have you save a safe couple of days here. And we will see you all next week. Take care now. Cece, thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye bye.